Alright, so now we are going into the important topic for chapter 12, which is the customer service. Guys, customer service is actually the service that we provide to the guest to increase the guest satisfaction. The service, the important or the main service that we provide is actually the food service. However, in order to increase the satisfaction for the customers coming to the restaurant, we will provide what we call as customer service. So in this customer service chapter, we will discuss topics like the important topic for chapter 12 is on slide number 9, which is examples of moments of truth. Guys, what is moment of truth? Moment of truth is when your staff deal or communicate or serve the customers. I just repeat, moment of truth is any moment your front of the house staff, usually front of the house staff is the one who will deal with the customers. So moments whenever the front of the house staff, which is the waiters, cashiers, managers, deal with the customers, we call it moment of truth. Why we call it moment of truth? Because this is the moment in which you will be evaluated whether you are good or not. That's why they call it moment of truth. Sometimes you can have the best menu, but if the food cook is not good, we say that you are not good. Sometimes you have the best SOPs and procedures in serving guests, but when the waiter is not doing the job correctly, you are bad also. So whenever we face the customer, whenever we deal with the customer, it's actually moment of truth, whether you are good or not. The same goes like you in the class. I can always check on your progress. I can always test you every week on tutorial, but the moment of truth, whether you are good or not, when you go to the final exam. So final exam is your moment of truth, whether you are good or not, because I will grade you in the final exam. So any moment of truth is like final exam to the waiters, cashier, manager, because this is the time in which we are evaluated by the customers. Guys, example, actually for example A, I do not really agree about someone hears about the restaurant. That is not moment of truth. The correct moment of truth is starting B. When you receive call, you speak to the customers, it becomes moment of truth, whether you are good or not in taking reservation, whether you can answer all the question or not. Next is arrival. During the arrival of the guest, are you ready to actually welcome the guest and seat the guest, bring to the table and seat the guest appropriately, present the menu and so on. Next is greeting. Yeah, sometimes when the customers come to the restaurant, they will be waiting at the entrance for a few moments and no one greet and attend these people. So greeting is also one important job that you need to do as the host of the restaurant. Host of the restaurant means those who are receiving the guests at the entrance. So greet them with the warm welcome and also friendly manner. Next is seating the guests. As I said just now, seating the guests means appropriately seat the guests at the correct seating and then using the correct procedures. Next is the bus person approach. Guys, what is bus person? Bus person is the runner, those who send the food and clear the soil plates. So these people also, even though they are not really have very much contact with the guests, but their appearance in the dining area will also influence the experience of the guests. Next is the server greet the guests when the guests first seated. Next is serving of food and drinks, whether the serving is appropriate, whether the food come quickly or very late and so on. Next is the manager making the rounds. Usually manager will making the rounds and actually see things, how is the things are going, and check whether the customers are satisfied with the food or not. The way the manager asks the customers about how they feel about the food also is important moment to actually make people satisfied. And last one is check presentation, change, and also the exit. Guys, what is check presentation? Check presentation means bill. When you present the bill, also is when you present the bill and also you give the change. Change means the small change after they have paid. And also how do you perform the exit of the guest, means how you usher the guest from the table to the exit. All of this actually is the procedures that you have to follow the standards, and also you have to follow the steps appropriately, make sure the guests are satisfied throughout all these procedures. So I just repeat, moment of truth, actually all the moments or all the time you communicate, you deal, you face, you serve the guest, we call it moment of truth. So in the final exam, you are required to give example of moment of truth in the restaurant service. Guys, I see you in the last video.